Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well, at least better than I am. It's funny how time can change things. Over the course of 24 hours, I've gone from being meek and subdued to straight Black Panther mode, claws out. What do you think about that? Meek and subdued and go straight to Black Panther mode, meaning I want to claw and gut the hell out of someone. Have you ever had that happen to you? Have you ever wondered why it has happened? Have you ever figured out how it's happened? And I've been sitting and thinking today, I'm not even sure what's going to come out of my mouth as far as this video. And as you can hear from my voice, it's kind of hoarse, which is not a good thing for me, but I'm going to push through. So what has happened over the course of 24 hours? Well, I have stayed the same, which means I am the constant. What has changed is the company that I'm keeping, what's in my presence. Yesterday on Friday, I was around one who gives me great calm, comfort, security, safety. And in the course of 24 hours, I've gone from safety, security, calm to mayhem, confusion, chaos, deflection, and a whole truckload of bullshit. And for those of you who know me, deal with me, I don't deal with bullshit very well, and it rubs me the wrong way. And when I'm rubbed the wrong way, it's not a good thing because I am going to do what is necessary to restore my zen, my calm, my safety and security, especially for me and my children. And I can go from 0 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 1,000 if that energy, that vibe of safety, security, serenity, it's fucked with in any way, shape, or form. Do I want to be like that? No. Can I be like that? Yes. If I have to be like it, I will. And it's fortunate or unfortunate. I really don't know. And frankly, at this point, I really don't care. I do what is necessary. But what I want to focus on is how you are the same person, but due to circumstances, people, or environment, you have to shift into a mode that, one, I feel is unnecessary and unwarranted. And you have to wonder why. Why? A lot of us, I don't think we let any and everybody into our life. And the people that we allow into our lives, whether we allow them very close to us or distant close, they're there for a reason. And I'm going to assume the reason why we have people in our life is they're there to help make it better, to make your life better, to make you better. Otherwise, what is the point of life? If you have people in your life taking up space, air, your essence, and they're not replenishing you, I'm saying, what the fuck is that person there for? See, for those of you who don't know, I am recently divorced, and I'm divorced for a reason. It's amazing how we choose certain people to be in our life, and it just does not work. It was a bad decision, and for some reason, due to skewed optimism or whatever else, you try to hold on and sustain something that has no foundation. It has no future. But for some way, shape, or form, it found a way to have longevity when it should have never had any longevity at all. And you're saying, how does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense to me too, but I'm just looking from my point of view and from my eyes, something that had no real foundation. It didn't even have a skeleton or a frame. Found a way to have longevity for almost half of my life, and I can't speak to the rest of you. And it leaves me pondering and wondering, how is that? Why is that? And it has to be skewed optimism, thinking that you can work on something, you can make it better, you adjust, you change, you adapt, you hide, you thwart, you mute, you water down, you do all this fucking bullshit and magic tricks to make something work or make something look like it's working when it really isn't. And it never did, and it never will. So why hold on to some shit that's basically that? It's shit. What purpose or role does it serve? Who is it benefiting? Well, clearly, it must have served some purpose for me, and clearly not a good purpose. I'm coming to realize that the wrong people can stifle you, thwart you. The wrong people can really have an impact on your well-being, on your life. I'm learning the power of my personality, the intensity of it, the ferociousness of it, the consuming nature of it. And I like to add benefits to people. I like to enhance them. I like to make them better. But I'm finding out the hard way that not everyone operates like that. People appear to be one way and they're really another. You have people who are gaslighters, which means they throw a bomb, they throw a firebomb or something like that, and then they step the fuck back and say, what is this? Why is this happening? Yeah, they start shit and they sit back and they look at things and say, okay, you're responsible. When no, it's the motherfucker who started the shit that's responsible and always has been responsible. And if you try to rectify the situation and have a balanced, mature conversation, then you have that person who started the shit. They push. They push more. They push harder. They back you into a corner, figuratively, metaphorically, just to see what you're going to do. It's like they're punking you. Now, I don't know about you. I don't deal well with somebody trying to punk me because I'm just cut from a cloth. You back me in a corner, you're going to wish you were the one in the corner. I don't take well to being backed in the corner. Like I said, I go into straight Black Panther mode, claws out. And with the intensity and the ferociousness of my personality, I'm not one that you want to do that to. So you got people tossing bombs, sending the fuck back, acting like it didn't happen. When you try to address the issue, then it's the blackmail, then it's the guilt, then there's the manipulation, then there's the bullying and getting in your face and doing all these other things just to control you, just to manipulate you, just to put you to 10 to see what you do. But you get to level 10, what some people do is they back down, they retreat. So the person just wins all the way around. Like me, I've gotten to the point where I've gotten smart. I can see a motherfucker coming before they get there. And what I've learned is that I gaslight gaslighters. What does that mean? You start some shit with me, I'm going to pick up the flames that you toss my way and I'm going to incinerate your ass. I'm going to manipulate, I'm going to distort, I'm going to contort and twist you inside out. I'm going to do to you what you're trying to do to me. Because that is the only way you can deal with someone who's a gaslighter. Gaslighter people are controlling, they're manipulative. They're undermining, they're disrespectful, and frankly, they're mean. What I mean, it means they don't give a fuck about you, your well-being, your wants, your wishes, your needs. These type of people, what they do, they go for your goddamn jugular. They go for your fears, they go for your insecurities, and they basically set those son of a bitches on fire. Yes, your fears, your insecurities, your guilt, that's what they go for, to control you, to dominate you. They take you to a point that's so dark and demented that either you want to go the fuck off, you blast, you just pop off, or you have to retreat to maintain some type of balance, normalcy. You think you're doing the right thing by retreating. But the fact is, You are making the person who gaslights, you're making them stronger, you're making them bolder, and you're basically giving your power away to them. And that's what happened to me. Until recently, I couldn't understand the mayhem, the chaos that I was being thrown into, and how it pushed me to the outskirts and the point of where you're into flight or fight mode. And when you run, they got you. When you fight, they got you. So how is it that you're in the circumstances where there's nothing you can do to get yourself out of this situation except be a bitch to the person who's doing it? And I say bitch, yes, I mean a bitch ass motherfucker, because that's what they want to do. They want to make you their bitch. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Why? Because they can. Why? Because they want to. Why? Because they want to suck you dry. Why? They want you to be their bitch. They want you to do what the fuck they want you to do, how they want you to do it, when they want you to do it, why they want you to do it. They don't care about you. They never have, they never will. You are there to serve a purpose. You are there to serve a role. You are there to give your life force, your energy, your blood, your money, your time, your effort, your life over to this son of a bitch. Do I seem angry? Yes. Because me personally, I wasted time on someone who wasn't worthy of my goddamn time. These type of people, they're vultures. They know how to hone in on people who are loyal, who are disciplined, who are hardworking, who are honest, who are compassionate, who want to do the right thing. And these type of people, that's what the fuck they need and want. Do you find that when you're around these people, you can't breathe? You don't feel like you're living life. You feel like you're floating through life numb, hollow, void, just cruising through fucking life, desensitized. Now, me personally, I am a person, I'm hungry for life. What does that mean? I love seeing, tasting, hearing, touching, feeling, smelling. I enjoy life. I am very sensual. I like to be happy. I like to laugh. I like to be audacious, ridiculous. You never know what you're going to get with me. I'm full of life. People who are full of life, they give life to people. They give life to people. They uplift them. They give them sustenance. They give them vitality. People who are not full of life, they deplete you. They have you questioning yourself, what you have to offer, what you have ever been, what you will ever be. What kind of motherfucker in your life will ever cause you to question what you are, what you can do? If you were a king or a queen before you met that son of a bitch, how is it that you lost your goddamn status with this person? How is it that a person can take you from feeling like royalty, like a god or goddess, and having you pigeonholed, having you hiding in a corner, having you watered down, having you insecure, having you fearful, having you meek? Do I seem like a motherfucker that's meek? No, I'm not meek. But these people, what they do, they feed off of you. They distort and twist reality. And if they can't distort and twist reality, they come at you with an intensity and ferociousness of emotional anger, and they just attack you from all different directions where it's overwhelming. And their intention is to overwhelm you, because that is how they usurp. That is how they gain control. That is how they start undermining and chipping you away. What am I talking about? I'm talking about my own personal experience. I can't speak for anyone else. I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what I've gone through. They're there to weaken you. They're there to make you a lifelong fucking bitch. Things that are important to you, they will slowly take that shit away from you. Things that help make you who you are, they will slowly chip away at that shit. They will start to make you think that who you are is wrong. What you want doesn't matter. And anything you say or do is just not enough. You have no choice but to retreat. You see, but I don't know if I said this before. I'm not cut from a cloth where I retreat. I'm cut from a cloth where I fight. That's what I do. So I am the wrong son of a bitch that try that stuff with. I am not the one. To get to where I am today, I've had to fight. And I don't have a problem with it. I will fight for myself, my well-being, my safety, my security. I will fight for that shit. You don't want to go into a match with me. Now, are there casualties? Yes, there's casualties. Which is why I cut the cord and I personally decided I need to get a divorce. When you find that you cannot be your best self, when you find that you are not living life and you're not being true to who you are, that's not a life. I don't want to be stifled. I don't want to be judged. I want to be fucking free. Now, a lot of people, they can't handle freedom. Freedom's too much for them. But me, no, I like to be free. I want to do what I want. I want to say what I want. I want to come and go as I please. I want to do what I'm not supposed to. I want to be with who I'm not supposed to. I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do because I want to be happy. I want to live life. Now, in the past, I used to go off of things, how they looked, how they sound. But the new me, I go off of how a motherfucker makes me feel. How do you make me feel? Do I feel safe, secure? Do I feel good? Because if I don't feel safe and secure, I don't feel good. You got a problem. I don't have a problem. You're going to have a problem. How you feel is the best way to move forward in life. How does something make you feel? See, we get too caught up in our logic, our ego, and it causes us to make missteps. It causes us not to make the pertinent right decisions at the right time because we're caught up in how things look. We're caught up in what our ego says we should or should not do. So if you don't know, your ego, your brain will have you doing some shit that's not good for you. Your gut, your instincts are your feelings, and it will tell you what you need to do when. And sometimes the aftermath, how the chips fall, may be scary, maybe too much. But one thing I've learned, your instincts are never wrong. Your instincts, they never lie. Your instincts has your well-being, your utmost well-being in your best interest. So whatever aftermath or the cards falling where they may, it may seem crazy bad in your brain, but that's your ego. You have to trust and believe that your soul, your spirit, your instincts have your best heart and mind. And when you follow that, the aftermath, the mayhem, where the chips fall, is never as bad as what your brain, your ego will make you think. Yes. When I was going through the divorce process, I was very concerned, worried, scared about how things would look, how it would be. But things were not what my brain, my ego was telling me it was going to be. And that is why I'm speaking from experience about what listening to your ego, your brain, and following your heart, your gut, and your instincts is never as bad as you think it will be. It's your brain that's tripping you the fuck up, that's having you fearful. It's having you think that you have to concede, compromise, sacrifice things that you don't have to compromise or sacrifice. It's never as bad as what we paint it to be. I personally did not have to endure what the hell I chose to endure. And chose is what I meant, is what I said. I chose it because of some things that I was concocting in my head. But it wasn't true. The best gift I could have given myself was my goddamn freedom, my peace of mind, my freedom, emotional, mental freedom. It has helped me grow and become secure. How can one who loves to live life, and when I say live life, I don't mean being intoxicated, using drugs, escaping. I don't like to escape. I like to enjoy. I don't want to watch. I want to do. I don't want to hear. I want to fucking feel. That is how I am. People like to watch shit, hear about shit. I am not that one. I live to live life. Don't tell me about it. Let me do it. Don't show me. I want to feel it. I want to do it. Fuck telling me. What's that going to give me? That's nothing. I want to feel it. I want to relish it. I want to enjoy it. So like I said, over the course of 24 hours, I went from being meek, subdued, chilled, feeling good, cuddled, nestled. I'm flying high. Less than 24 hours, I'm in battle mode, beast mode. And to me, I think that's fucked up. I'm not saying life is perfect. No, things happen. But when you have a motherfucker that's messing with your goddamn equilibrium, your balance, who's stifling you, who's threatening your well-being mentally, emotionally, and physically, not gonna happen. I'm done retreating. I'm done watering down. I'm done compromising. I'm done sacrificing. I'm done living in fear. Motherfuckers will have you thinking that you'll be on the street if you don't do what the fuck they want you to do. That you will amount to nothing unless you obey them. They will have you thinking a whole host of shit just to maintain fucking control. They're controlling you one way. They're getting control. They're just getting as many tentacles in you as possible just to control you. Because when you feel defeated, when you feel voided, when you feel lifeless, when you feel insecure, when you feel disrespected, unappreciated, devalued, marginalized, that is how they usurp you. That is how they control you. That is called fucking gaslighting. You're dealing with a toxic goddamn person who looks fucking good on the outside, but their shit is off. When a person cannot respect your voice, when a person cannot respect your wishes, your wants, and your needs, I'm asking you, how can they ever give a fuck about you? Because I'm talking to you from my personal experience. It's clear to me that the person I was with had no respect for me, no appreciation for me, no compassion, no understanding for me. So the next question you would ask me is, why would you go forward with that? Skewed optimism. Shit looked good on paper. So naivety, immaturity, ignorance, I don't know, will have you thinking that you can fix some fundamentals. You cannot fix some certain fundamentals. If a person cannot appreciate you, help you shine, uplift you in the beginning, what the fuck you think is going to happen over the course of it? Huh? I went from the top of my game to everything slowly but surely sliding downhill. Now, one can say life happens, shit happens. Life does happen, shit does happen. But the question is, who or what is around you that's helping to accelerate that shit? Who's helping to magnify it? How can you go from being skilled, valued, to being devalued and feeling unworthy and unskilled? How is that possible? Are you doing it to yourself? No, I don't think so. Because we're all here to build ourselves up, to be the best we can be. So then you got to start honing in on what happened. How did it happen? How did I get to where I am? Why did I choose to turn a blind eye? Why did I choose to continue to turn a blind eye? Why did I do that? Because I came from some warped school of thought. You can make things better. You work through things. You help each other be better. You help each other do. That's some bullshit. You got to help yourself. You got to help yourself. You can't help another motherfucker. You got to help yourself. And sometimes helping yourself means, for me, I got to cut a son of a bitch loose. I got to cut you loose. I am too fucking fabulous to be stifled. I am too fucking audacious. I'm wired differently on so many levels. If I am extraordinary on so many different levels, I need to be with an extraordinary person. Listen to what the fuck I said. I'm an extraordinary woman. I hooked up and got married to a motherfucker that's ordinary. How does extraordinary and ordinary go together? It doesn't. The extraordinary one will find him or herself becoming motherfucking ordinary, becoming mediocre. You're not even ordinary. You go to fucking below ordinary. You got to be careful who the fuck you hook up with. That's why I said, you know what? I'm not going off of how things look. I'm going off of how I feel. Because I'm fucking fierce. And I'm embracing that I'm fierce. I'm embracing that I'm consuming, all consuming. I'm embracing what I am. I give life. I bring life. I am that. When you are that and more, and you hook up with a warm, room temperature, lukewarm, mediocre, half-assed, insecure, yeah, I said insecure motherfucker, they're gonna have you questioning yourself. They're gonna have you questioning your sanity. They're gonna have you questioning your skill. They're gonna have you questioning your worth. You know why? Because you're fucking with a peasant. At least I was. I was fucking with a peasant or a pawn. This motherfucker identified the queen, identified the goddess, latched onto it, made it seem as though one was going to uplift me, uphold me as the royalty that I am. But that was all a goddamn ploy to get their clutches claps into me, to bring me down to below ordinary status. Now, one thing about me, you can't bring me to ordinary status. I get more fucking fabulous. I get more fierce. We as people need to be careful on who the fuck we get with. You got to be with someone at your level, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. Because when you're dealing with pawns and fucking peasants, they're going to make you a goddamn pawn or peasant. They're going to have you looking at yourself 24 different ways Sunday, saying, am I really this? Was I ever really this? Can I do this? Was I really good? Did I really have it? Could I bring it? They're going to have you questioning who you are. Why do you want to be with someone who causes you to question who the fuck you are, what you are? You are what you are, and you were before you met them. So what changed? What changed is the motherfucker you let into your house. What changed is the person you let into your life. That was my fuck up. That was my fuck up. Someone tried to tell me, you're too strong, you're too full of life, you're too bold, you're too, no motherfucker, you're too meek, you're too goddamn weak. That's what it is. People will have you thinking that you are, you're just too much. Sexually, mentally, emotionally, you're just too much. No, motherfucker, what it is you're too less. You're too less. If you think I'm too much, that means you're too fucking less. That's a different way to look at it. You're too less for me. A real person that can handle me, deal with me, I am just fucking right. Peasants think I'm too much. Pawns think I'm too much. They try to water you down, judge you, label you, just push you to a point of no return. And then when you react, they say, see, look at you. Something's wrong with you. Something's not right with you. No, what's not right is the person I let into my life. My life is made up of choices. And I made a wrong choice by assuming that I can help a son of a bitch. How can I help someone when I'm not helping myself? How can I sacrifice, compromise myself for another motherfucker who really doesn't care about me? Anyone who cares about you, they don't change you. They don't want to change you. They want to relish and roll around in all the essence of who you are. They want to celebrate you. I was with someone who did not want to celebrate me. As I've been called, I'm a waste of goddamn sperm. Yeah, I've been told I'm a waste of goddamn sperm. But you know what I say? I say, fuck you. That's why my show's called Difficult and Demanding. An opinion's like an asshole. Everyone has an asshole. You know what comes out of assholes? Bullshit. One person's truth does not mean it's my truth. And I found that when you have the wrong people around you, they will have you believing some shit that they pulled out of their ass. That's nothing. When you're fabulous, you're going to have people who are haters, who are jealous, who will hook up with you, who will marry you, who will create children with you, and all they're doing is kind of like Brutus and Caesar. I married motherfucking Brutus. I trusted Brutus. I entrusted my safety, my security, my future, my well-being to fucking Brutus. And I'm goddamn Caesar. I'm not really Caesar, but it's a metaphor. Yeah, that's what I did. And it is what it is. But I need to get back. I am on track back to being who and what I am. And unfortunately, for my ex, I'm more fierce than I've ever been. I'm more ferocious than I've ever been. I'm more intense, consuming than I've ever been. Because I'm older, I'm mature, and I'm sharp as a fucking hawk. You see, when you know thyself, when you know yourself, it enables you to do certain things and avoid certain things. Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. You see, this person that I was married to, they helped expose my weaknesses, my vulnerabilities, my insecurities, my fears. They exposed that shit on me. So what I like to do, I told you before, I'm not a voluntary loser. I play to fucking win. I play for fucking domination. That's what I do. So what I've done is I've turned around and I've looked at my fears, my insecurities, my failures, all those things that no one wants to look at. I turned around and looked at that shit and I said, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. And I've embraced it. So now I know what my triggers are. You can't fuck with me. You can't touch me. You just made me more powerful than I've ever been. Because then I know, oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm ducking, I'm dodging, like on a football field, baseball field, basketball. I can duck and dodge you because I can see how you're coming. I'm moving like the fucking Keanu Reeves and the movie The Matrix. I can move like that. You can't catch me. You can't get me because I don't give a fuck. That's another thing. When you know your fears, your insecurities, you know if the person does this, they take you here. Person does this, they take you there. All that shit. When you know all that thing and you don't give a fuck, they can't phase you. They can't impact you. I don't need to back down. I don't have to retreat. I will never retreat for myself again. I will never retreat for my children. I will never back down and allow a motherfucker to punk me, to make me their fucking bitch because they know my fears and insecurities. No, I can't let that happen. I have to do what I need to do for me and my children. And I cannot let my children see that a motherfucker can punk me because I have fears, I have insecurities. I come from a traumatized background. I can't let someone overpower me, control me because of that. That means they win and you're letting them win. Why let them win? You got to get smart. You're playing chess. My ex likes to overwhelm me emotionally, physically, mentally, kind of like bombard me like a fucking like an attack, like a guerrilla warfare attack, and catch me from different angles, and I get overwhelmed and stimulated. And what you do is you react. No, you don't react. What you do is you zen out. You calm the fuck down. You look at who the enemy is, and you hone in on their ass. You take what they're serving and you serve it back to them. When you back down, when you run for the hills, when you water down and do all these different things to make these gaslighting people, when you let them win, that's the wrong thing to do. People who gaslight, people who emotionally, mentally blackmail, people who are bullies, emotionally, mentally, physically, when you let them win over and over again, by retreating, you think retreating helps you. Retreating saves the situation. No, retreating is making the situation worse. You're telling that person, you're right, I don't matter. You're telling the person, you're correct, devalue me, disrespect me. You're right. You're right. You're telling them they're right, and they can keep demeaning you, marginalizing you, devaluing you. When you retreat, you run. You can't run. You have to stand up for yourself. And standing up for yourself doesn't mean that you have to get violently angry or aggressive. No, you got to get smart. You got to have a strategy. You got to see what this person's doing and see the toll that is taken on you. What is wrong with being you? There's nothing wrong with being you. The only person that has a problem with you being you is the motherfucker that you're with. That's what I realized. There's not a damn thing wrong with me. I've always been this animated, dynamic, vivacious person. The only one that had a problem with me was the motherfucker who was threatened by my presence, who's threatened by my power, who's threatened by my aura. I was with a weak motherfucker, a weak son of a bitch. So because they cannot handle, bask in my glory, bask in my radiance, what they did, he muddled it, he stifled it, he thwarted it. He didn't attack me straight on. He worked on me over the years in many different ways and circumstances. It got me questioning myself, got me living in fear, just attacked me in a subtle, slow, black plague, bubonic plague type of way. It was slow. People say things are supposed to get better over time. Well, in my case, things got worse over time. You didn't see it. And it happened so slowly, so minutely. I wasn't meant to catch it. It was a slow kill. It was a slow poison. But like I told you, I'm cut from a fighter's cloth. I'm not a weak motherfucker. I'm not. And that's why the plan backfired. I've gone through trial by fire. And I've come out more fierce, more strong. I have. So on one hand, I gotta thank the motherfucker, my ex, who did this shit. I gotta thank him. It was a long, hard, expensive, tumultuous lesson. And unfortunately for me, I'm a slow learning motherfucker. I can tell you that right now. I'm being funny. I'm being truthful. I don't know what it is. Things last how it's supposed to last, but I don't think there's any accidents. So when I look at Friday, how calm, loving, meek, submitted, surrendered that I am, to how you're hearing how I am today, I think life is trying to tell me, you choose who you want to be. You choose how you want to be. Do you want to be the woman that you are on Friday? Or do you want to be the woman that you are on Saturday? The real person that I am is the person I was on Friday. Happy, loving, subdued, surrendered, meek, safe, secure, chill the fuck out, happy, laughing. That is me. I married the wrong one, who's been working on me very well to turn me into something that I am not. Now, this person, my ex, created difficult and demanding. She is his creation. And I'm going to thank him for that. Because I'm going to capitalize on this shit. But what's liberating, what's freeing, is I now have the opportunity to be me, to see me, the real me. And that is one of the greatest blessings, because the motherfucker that I was with helped pave the way for me to find someone who allowed me to see and be the true me. Isn't life grand? Life is wonderful like that. The motherfucker who tried to destroy me, usurp me, crush, kill, mold me into this weak, subdued, room temperature fucking, nondescript person. He helped make me even more fierce, fabulous, and ever. And he paved the way for me to meet someone where I can be the true me, the real me, the best me. That's the greatest blessing of all. What do you say? Life works in miraculous ways. It really does. And I like to see the glass as half full. I like to find the silver lining. Him, there's plenty of people like my ex. He's nothing. He's just the father to my children. Yeah, I said my children. I didn't say our children. I said my children. because they're mine. But I do owe my gratitude to him because he brought me to a place in which I was able to bump into one who is the greatest gift, the greatest blessing of all to my life, along with my children. And that in itself is a celebration. And the biggest celebration of all is I got the opportunity to see, man, I see two different worlds. I see two different people. And it's wonderful. It's completely wonderful. I get confirmation. I've received validations that no, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with where I came from. There's nothing wrong with what I've experienced, what I've seen. There's nothing wrong with anything. The only thing that was wrong was the person I had in my life. It's clear he wasn't right for me. A woman like me can never be room temperature. I'm hot. I can be very cold too. But that's the magic of me. I am hot as the sun, and I'm as cold as an iceberg, and I can be everything in between. I am life. I'm full of life. And I'm embracing that, and I'm enjoying that. And I'm very, very happy that I have met someone who can handle and appreciate me, doesn't try to change me, doesn't try to stifle me, is actually intrigued and awed by me, just like I'm intrigued and awed by me. What more can you ask for? And within 24 hours, the universe, life has showed me what you've gone through is not in vain. These are the gems that you got out of this situation. There's never been anything wrong with me. I just made a bad choice. And unfortunately, I wasn't supposed to know that I made that bad choice because it happened over time. Like I said, it started off one way and it slowly contorted and adjusted to another way over time. It got worse over time. The longer things went, the deeper it got as far as the time spent and the children. That's when the full metamorphosis happened. Up until then, it was a mirage. It was an illusion. It was a ploy. It was a smokescreen. One was skilled at hiding the disrespect and the disdain that he had for me. It was hidden well. And the more I was depleted, the more the disdain, the disrespect, the disgust for me came out. Now here's the real truth, what I just said. I'm going to give a metaphor. It's like having a full tank in a car. A person sees a car, the tank is full. They say, you know what, I want to drive this car. They can't stand the car. They hate the way the car looks. They hate the way the car rides. They hate the way the car drives. They hate how things are put together. They hate everything about that motherfucking car. But what they see is a full tank of gas. And they see that full tank of gas as a goddamn opportunity. So what that person does, they get in the car. They ride the car. And as that car's tank becomes depleted, the disgust, the disrespect, the disdain, all those things start to come out as the tank gets closer and closer to empty. Now, what happens when a car has an empty tank? You can't drive it. It can't go anywhere. It's rendered useless. So when the car is then rendered useless, what this person then does, they start cutting the car for scraps. And they're going to do whatever they want to do with those scraps. They use you, they milk you, and then they go in for the fucking kill. Me, I'm the type of person, if I don't like you, I don't fuck with you. Full tank of gas or not, I leave you alone. But not everyone's like that. And I think my metaphor is understood very well. So when I said things got worse over time, yes, the true feelings of what one thought of me came out over time. Utter disgust, hatred, disdain, all of it came out over time. And when you have children, it makes things more complicated because they found a way to have a permanent claws into you for the rest of your children's life or your life. But I'm telling you, that's some bullshit. Hell no. You think how? I don't give a fuck I had kids with you. So the fuck what? You don't get to own me. You don't get to possess me. You don't get to do a motherfucking thing unless I give you goddamn permission. Blood relation to my children or not. No. People think because you have kids with a motherfucker that they continuously get to run the show, run your life. They don't get to do a damn thing unless I tell you you can. You say how that's possible? It's all about your mindset. My children gravitate to me because they know what's fair, they know what's right, they know what's just, they know what's balanced. Do they still love their dad? Yes. They should. That don't mean shit. I'm not threatened by that. I don't give a fuck about that. The question is, who's right for the kids? Who's the best for the kids? I am. You have no power. You have no power or authority. I run this shit. I run the show. We have to stop giving our power away to others. We have to stop letting them steal it. And then we have to stop running for the hills and quieting ourselves and walking away, shoving away. Don't walk away from anyone who's trying to crush, kill, and destroy you. Don't walk away from anyone who's trying to take away your life force, your vitality. Don't walk away from anyone or anything that has you going through life like on autopilot, like a robot, where you're not present. Life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be enjoyed. That's what it's meant for. Life is not meant for you to be going on fucking cruise control, check the fuck out. You know why you check the fuck out? You check the fuck out because you're miserable. You check the fuck out because you're unhappy. You check the fuck out because you don't want to think about the mess, the mayhem that you're living in. Welcome to the club that I was in. We find so many different ways to cope and goddamn exist every single day. But let me tell you this, your feelings, they don't lie. Your gut don't lie. The fact that you check the fuck out, the fact that you're making excuses, the fact that you're running away, the fact that you're backing off, all those are telltale signs that you are unhappy. I was unhappy. I was in a fucked up situation. I couldn't face it because I didn't want to deal with it. It meant that I was a failure. Hell no. Shit changes. Relationships end. How does that make me a fucking failure? I haven't failed a shit. I made it work as long as it's supposed to work. Now I consider myself graduated. Yes, I have graduated from my fucking marriage. You're saying, how does that make sense, Tara? You got a divorce. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to explain something to you. We as people think that when relationships go awry, they stop working, you leave it, or whatever else, you look at it as a failure. And when you happen to be married with children and a relationship's not working, you definitely don't want to feel like a failure. You want to feel like you've done the right thing for yourself and for your kids. But let me tell you this. When you're in school and you finish first grade, do you stay to fucking first grade? You just say first grade for 18 years. Did you stay in first grade for 18 years? No. What you did was when first grade was over, you went to second grade. You went to third grade, you went to fourth grade, you went to fifth grade. You were in first grade for as long as you're supposed to be in first grade. Same thing with a relationship. You are in a relationship. I was in a relationship as long as I was supposed to be. So when it was time for me to finish that relationship, I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as, hell yeah, I've graduated. I've been promoted. Send me that next motherfucker. Send it to me. Send them to me. I look at it as a graduation, as a promotion. I don't look at it as a failure. I haven't failed shit. The only person I failed is my goddamn self, so I could have kicked that motherfucker to the curb. That's what I should have done. Relationships ending is a promotion. It means you've learned all the fuck you're supposed to learn. You've done all that you're supposed to do. And now it's time for you to move on to bigger and better things. Being stifled, being muffled, being on autopilot, check the fuck out. That is not a life. Life is meant to be lived. And if you want to live your best life, you got to feel. And if you're in a circumstance that you don't feel, that you don't want to feel, that you don't want more of, that it doesn't make your motherfucking heart water, mouth water, it doesn't make your heart skip a beat, it doesn't make you yearn and want more, that's not a life. That's not fun at all. I like to have fun. I want to live. I want to feel. I want to eat a motherfucker alive, spit him back out, eat him again, spit him back out, eat him again. I want to fucking get you to the goddamn bone and bring you back. That's how I am. So if that's how I am, that's how I need to live my life. And I need to be with someone who can enjoy this fucking ride. Because I am a fucking ride. I'm a wild ride. And I get better over time. I don't get worse. I get better. So, if your shit is not getting better, clue, clue, hint, hint. I did not fail myself or my children by getting a divorce. I showed my children that I have graduated. I've learned all my lessons, and it's time for me to move on to bigger and better things. That's what it's time for. Because lo and behold, the universe has sent me someone who is much bigger and goddamn a lot much better. A lot much better doesn't make any goddamn sense, but I think you get what I'm saying. The universe has sent someone who is very big and much better. Very tasty. Extremely, extremely tasty, wonderful. That's how the world works. Relationships ending are graduations, are promotions. They are cause for motherfucking celebration. That's what it is. And when I feel like celebrating happy, that makes my children so happy to see me happy. My children have told me, you need to go find a new goddamn man. Yeah. So people think divorce from a kid? Divorce hasn't done anything to my children. My children are good. I'm honest. I'm forthright with them. I talk about everything with them, and they're good. They have fears and insecurities. I talk to them about it. But my kids are good because I'm good. When I wasn't good, my kids weren't good. Simple. I've graduated. Now I'm going to take all these wonderful lessons and things, and I'm going to apply them to live my best life with someone who's much better and much bigger. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what you should do. Life has showed both, within 24 hours, both people, two different realities. And that's no coincidence. It wasn't an accident. Life is showing you what could be versus what is. Yes, what could be versus what is. And I said is that way for a reason. It's supposed to sound very morbid. It's supposed to sound morbid because it is morbid. No one gets to steal my life force, my energy. No one gets to dull my shine anymore. No, I am here to love life, live life, enjoy life, and fucking have fun doing it. That's what I meant to do. I remember when I was younger, before I went to college, I used to tell people, I want to travel the world. And when I travel the world, in my home, each room in my home is going to be decorated according to a different culture or country that I visit. Yeah, I wanted to travel the world, see the world, do business internationally, whatever. But my point is, I wanted to go to different places, and each room in my home was going to be decorated like that. I'm going back to who I am, what I am. I was married to someone who's fucking insecure, who's a weak son of a bitch. Weak. Weak and goddamn meek. Cares about what other people think, how they feel. I don't give a fuck about what other people think or feel. Question is, am I happy? Am I happy? That's all that matters. Am I happy? Am I living my best life? Am I making the lives of the people I love? Am I making your life better? Am I adding value to your life? I'm sick of having people in my life who deplete me, who doesn't add value to me, who has me questioning who I am because they don't have the balls, the backbone, the gumption, the girth to do what I do. You can't do what I do. There's only one of me. And I need to be in the presence of people who can appreciate what I bring, because I bring a lot. I bring so much that I basically outshine, I overpower people. Not because I want to, it's just because I'm fucking fabulous. A god needs to be in the presence of a goddess. A king needs to be in the presence of a queen. Cannot mix with people who are pawns and goddamn peasants. Now, I'm not saying pawns and peasants can't become royalty. No, they have to work on their self-esteem, their self-worth. I can't change how vivacious I am, and I don't want to change that. I want to be who I am, and I need to be with the one who I could be who I am with. I shouldn't feel like I'm on a battleground. I'm in a war field. That's not life. Where one is looking at you like, you're wearing that, you said that, you're doing that. I need someone to say, you do that. That's who you are, you do that. And smile. Be tickled and intrigued by how I am. I don't want someone looking at me saying, what is this? This is too much. No one else is dressing like that. I don't want to be like anyone else. I'm so fucking different. I cannot be like anyone else. Everything I do, I must stand out. That's just my nature. Do I want to be this way? I'm just this way. How I dress, how I speak, the car I drive, how I work out, everything about me is stark, it's different. I am just fundamentally different from 99.9% of females. I am not average. I couldn't be average if I tried. So if I know that I'm not average and I know I'm extraordinary, I need to be in the presence of an extraordinary one. I need to be with someone who is just as strong, if not stronger. I've met my match, which is why I become meek. I become subdued. I surrender. Because I recognize greatness. Because I'm fucking great myself. Greatness recognizes greatness. Extraordinary recognizes priceless. I see skill. I see depth. I see intrigue. I see wonder. I see a goddamn God. A goddess can recognize a goddamn God. Life is meant to be lived. We have to be fully present. If you can't be present in your life, that means you hate your fucking life. You can't hate your life. You gotta love your life. And if you don't feel like you love your life, then you have to figure out what you can do to make your life worth loving. Stealing snatches of a loving, fulfilling life? No. You don't steal snatches. You paint your fucking canvas, your life full of that. Not snatches. You paint your life full of vitality, full of fulfillment, full of love. That's what you need to do. Stealing crumbs of happiness? No. You are being shown two stark realities for a reason. There are no accidents in life. You are being shown how you are two different people, how you can be present, fulfilled, gratified. You're being shown this because it is possible. You wouldn't be shown this option if it wasn't readily available to you. That's why you have two stark realities. You're seeing all that is, you're seeing all that's possible, you're seeing all that's waiting for you. You. All you gotta do is reach out and grab it because it's waiting for you. Life doesn't show you night, day, on, off, black, white. It doesn't show you it doesn't show you a dichotomous situation unless it's a sign, it's a reason. It's a way for you to choose what type of person you want to be and what type of life you want to live. If you're on autopilot, cruising through, don't want to think, don't want to take the time to think, you just work until you fall the fucking to sleep, what that says is you're unhappy. What that says, you're unfulfilled. What that says, you're overwhelmed. What that says is you're depleted. You feel all these life-sucking things, and then you're also being shown life, fun, vitality, excitement, thrilling. You're being shown the opposite. You're being shown for a reason, because you always have a choice. And whatever fears and insecurities you have, they're actually worse than what you, it is only being made worse because of your brain, your mind. Your instinct knows. So when you decide you want to fully embrace life, you want to be fully, fully, fully into life, where you can be present, you can enjoy, you can come, you can do all those things that you have missed out on, and you won't get it from any place else. You're seeing this, you're experiencing this for a reason. You know this, and I'm telling you this. I've identified it for myself. 24 hours, I have 2 different realities, and I'm the same damn person. I've been keeping the wrong fucking company. But I was supposed to keep this company for this long because he, my ex, led me to home, led me to where I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be with. So that I owe him tremendously. Something to think about. My ex was just a fucking placeholder to get me to where I need to be so I can cross paths with the one, the true one. And that's been achieved. So now that I found the one, I just found the one, life is beginning. And I am blossoming, and I'm so goddamn grateful. I get to be present, I get to enjoy, I get to live, and I get to be me. I've never been able to be the true me. And with the one, I get to be me. I get the environment, the circumstances, the energy, the vibe, just to be who I am. And I'm so goddamn grateful. I don't know what to say or do. I'm just very, very happy to be able to be me. I get to curl up and be a meek, subdued, surrendered kitten. A kitten. I don't have to be a fucking Black Panther. I don't have to be that anymore. I feel so much relief, like a weight's been lifted off my shoulder. Now the only last piece of this pie is I have to fully get rid of this son of a bitch of my ex and fully sail free. And life is good. Life is good now. Life is going to be great. So look at what life shows you. Take heed, pay heed, take stock. Our life is our choice. It's a choice. And when you have two different options in front of you, that's the universe saying you do have options. All that you have is not all that there is. There's more for you. There's better for you. You know it. I know it. Just like I now know it. And I'm telling you, I now know it. There's something better. And luckily for you, you have that option, because some people, they don't get that option. After all the pain, the suffering, the heartache, the marginalization, everything that I've gone through, I get to see, thankfully, that it's not in vain. I get to see and experience someone who can appreciate me fully, who's not disgusted by me, who doesn't hate me, who doesn't have disdain for me. Someone who appreciates me, not spit in my fucking face. That's what is worth. That is what life is about. So I can let go of 16, 17. I can let go of that shit. I can let it fade like a leaf in the wind. I can let it go. Because what's most important is what's in front of me right now. That's all that matters. Me, my children, and who is in what's in front of me now. My ex, he's a non-motherfucking factor. He's a figment of my goddamn imagination. He doesn't factor. He doesn't matter. Right now, he's a fucking meal ticket until I change that. And when I change that, he's gone. He can be a father to my kids or not. I don't give a fuck. No one cares. What he does not do, someone else will do for my children. What he cannot be, someone else will be for my children. I know that. My kids know that. So they're not impacted by him or not. We don't give a fuck. Because life is meant to be lived, and that's all that there is. So if you have any questions, come find me. But we need to be present. And we need to be present in the ones who makes us want to be present. We need to be present with the ones who make us hunger for life. Laugh, relax, enjoy. Who brings us life, who comes to life. We want to be around people who makes us want to connect. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We need to be around people who makes us be our best self. I will no longer be in the presence of someone who really hates me. I will no longer ever be in the presence of one who has disgust, who thinks I'm trash and will spit on me. I will not be in the presence of anyone like that again. And for that, I will forever be grateful to my ex. He showed me what can be, what was, and that will never ever be again. When you know what you don't want, when you know what you don't like, you know what the fuck to avoid. I've learned a great many lessons from this man. And what I've learned is, you can't help another motherfucker, you need to help yourself. My divorce is like a graduation. It's a celebration. I've made it. I've learned everything I need to learn. I got my master's degree. I got my PhD. And now for the rest of my life, I get to be a queen fucking goddess. I get to be me, fierce and fabulous. And I get to have a lot of fun and blossom. Do what I want. Do who I want. How I want it. Where I want it. I want to do everything I'm not supposed to motherfucking do. Which means I'm going to do what makes me happy. And everyone else can go suck a goddamn duck. Yes, I said suck a duck. Now, if you change the U to an I, you can figure out what that means. Suck a But I like to say they can go suck a duck. You can suck a duck, suck a dick. I don't give a fuck what you go suck. Fact is, don't fuck with me. So I look forward to seeing you. Hope you learned something. I've gone from being pissed and irritated, and I've ended this on a good mood. I hope you've learned something. I've educated you. But as usual, I have an interesting point of view, perspective on things. And I don't believe in letting people win. I don't believe in letting people punk me. I don't believe in letting someone make me their bitch and run me to the ground and have me questioning myself. Because when you're fucking good, you're good. My ex tried to have me believe that I was inadequate. As a woman, as a wife, as a friend, as a mother, as a lover, that was the ultimate goal, to make me feel inadequate. Make me hate myself, because he really hates me. He disgusts me. But what he is he's really threatened by me. He's threatened by my strength. And when people are threatened by your strength, they will do everything they can to weaken you. They will take away your sexuality. They will take away your successes. They will take away your achievements as a mother, a father. They will chip away at everything you do, all because they fear your glory. They fear your strength. They fear your presence. And they want to put their foot on your fucking throat and crush you. Because that's what it feels like. Don't check out on life. Check the fuck in on life. The more you enjoy life, the more you live life, the more you are around the one that gives you zen vitality, that's when you shine. And the motherfucker around you, they can't handle that shining. So naturally, they cower away, they hide their eyes. Because if you stare at the sun, you lose your eyesight. So you want to shine as brightly as the sun. So the motherfucker who's fucking with you, they go blind. And when they go blind, they can't see you. And when they can't see you, they can't fuck with you anymore. Take your life back. Take it all back. Take it back. Show people who the fuck they're fucking with, and show them that they cannot win, they have not won, they will not win. Show them that you're still the person that you were, and they've never taken it from you. Go back to being your great self, because I'm waiting there for you. You're already there. Embrace it. Find me. Until the next time.